I mean, some Nigerians will also be concerned as part of the issues that you have raised, Alhaji. We lost Bakassi.
Yes, leadership again.
Are we going to lose 9.6 billion US dollars to a judgment debt?
No, Kingsley, we are leaving no stone unturned. We are even ready to sit down. We are willing to also sit down with P&ID and negotiate. Why do you take this matter to the highest level? That will say both legal, diplomatic, and otherwise. Because it's not because we want to save money, but because we think it's just unfair. It is unconscionable. It's punitive. And what kind of, I'm short of words to really describe, what the country is going through now. You don't inflict this kind of injury on the country and its people for your own selfish reasons. But like I said, please, the government is doing everything possible, one, to get a safe execution, and also to, set aside this award. But of course, at the end of the day, we'll sit down with P&ID and, arrive at something that we think is reasonable for all the parties.
I'm just wondering, going back to the Bakassi, with respect to the ICJ, this judgment that Bakassi had, there was some evaluation in terms of the quality of the representation that we had in the entire process, giving advice as to what to do. What might be the disposition of the President Buhari administration to do this? On the one hand, it's kicked off a criminal investigation, bringing in the ICPC, EFCC, NIA, and Office of the IGP. Nigeria has an array of legal minds, experts in international economic law, experts in international arbitration, and other things. Will the government seek to avail itself of the services of these Nigerians as part of the patriotic duty that all Nigerians owe to ensure that we don't suffer this humongous loss that is looming?
Just like I can assure you that as we speak, federal government is already doing that. And meetings are taking place along this, along this line. We would want to make sure that our first level is engaged in this fight to ensure that we do not lose this $9.6 billion.
All right, sir. Information management. Let me just divide a little bit. Information management is very vital in a country like ours. Where social media has pervaded, the entire, or rather occupied the entire, information space. And even the topic for this morning, which we're discussing, there are some background information on that. Some are correct, some are not correct. For some of them, you have already, told the true story, or brought up the real perspective to the issue. Now, going forward in information setting agenda, of course, the next level is where we are. So what will be the next level with respect to the information sector?
Well, we will try as much as possible to consolidate on some of the programs and projects that we embarked upon in between 2015 and 2019. Information management goes beyond television appearances, press releases. If you remember, between 2015 and 2019, we were quite resourceful, if I can say so. We organized town hall meetings. We must continue these town hall meetings. These town hall meetings provided veritable platforms for the government and the governed to exchange views on issues. And if you know the format of our town hall meetings, we'll go there with 5-6 ministers, depending on what matter was being discussed. And it was rotated from one geopolitical area to the other. We also, did this testimony series, which allowed Nigerians to actually tell people how government projects have benefited them. So we try to speak government try to speak through the people themselves. It's not as if it's propaganda. We also, you remember, as a Minister of Information, we also were not, desk bound. We tried to go out with the media to see exactly what government was doing. So that it was not us really reporting, but the media was reporting what they saw. And I think we'll continue with this and other innovative ideas that will be brought up. But you see, today with social media, the challenges before any information minister all over the world, I think is gargantuan. And I think, a few days ago, I saw that even Britain was so overwhelmed with the social media. The parliament had to, I think they are trying to see how they could impose some kind of fines on, purveyors of fake news. So I think it's a global issue.
But is Nigeria taking that direction? Because there are many nations who have made laws, guiding the operational methodology when it comes to social media. Because, some go to jail for all they publish.
I know. You see, it depends. It depends on the climate and the country. But like we are appealing to Nigerians, let the social media self-regulate. If they don't, they will self-destruct. We'll continue our campaign against fake news. We'll continue to enlist the support of all players, because at the end of the day, if they don't self-regulate, like it's happening in Britain today, Britain is now trying to regulate and trying to impose fine on
publications. Yes.
Publications. So, but we still continue, I think, with our own advocacy.
One of the crucial agencies under your ministry is the National Orientation Agency, which is amenable for a wide range of activities in terms of not just public information management, but in orientation itself. But the indication is that the NOA is grossly under-resourced. What can be done about this?
I've started engaging National Assembly leadership. So, in fact, up till about 7 p.m. yesterday, I was with the chairman of the Senate Committee on Information and National Orientation. And one of the issues I went to discuss with them is that we have NOA, which has presence in each of the 774 local governments of the Federation. It is the most grassroots-based organization. They give us on a regular basis very accurate social, political, security report. Unfortunately, they are underfunded, they are under-resourced. And I went to appeal, also the National Assembly, to assist us, to give teeth to this organization. And I'm going to also make the appeal to the members of the leadership of the National Assembly, because we must not allow National Orientation Agency to die. We must give it enough funding, because it's the only organization that is at a national level that you can see at the local government level. Every day I receive reports from National Orientation Agency. It speaks about even the prices of commodities, onions, palm oil, and it warns the government about likely, social eruptions. So that kind of agency must be supported. And we have a very dynamic, young man today who is at the end of the affairs, who is totally at home with that portfolio. But he needs support of everybody, especially the National Assembly and the government, in getting the necessary funds. I quite understand too that the issue, we have today is that the economy is facing challenges. But I think we must give priority students like the NOA.
And again, reorientation is key. Yes, we may have economic difficulties, but we need that reorientation.
Clearly, you've forgotten that even before I assumed this office as minister in 2015, I was so concerned about this reorientation that we came up with an elaborate program. Change begins with me. It was launched by Mr. President, and which I must again thank the NTA for continuously airing it. I thank FRCM for doing so. We must find partnership. We must find resources, because that program, Change Begins With Me, speaks to the core of Nigerian problems today. Problem in Nigeria is not just leadership. It's all of us.
Yeah,
if that change can begin with all of us, whether you are a motor, whether you are a lorry driver, or you are a customs officer, or you are a minister, or you are a pepper seller, and you see that change must begin with you. And so we need this reorientation. And partnership with NOA, we started this Change Begins With Me, which we are going to consolidate upon.